Hey guys, this is Raven here, back to you with another League of Legends video. Today, what I thought would be beneficial for all of you is we're going to analyze a game between GenG and KT from the LCK. This is the Week 1 Day 1 matchup, and we're going to see how Rascal is able to use Vision to create a lead for himself against Doran. So, a little bit of backstory for those who don't follow the LCK or don't really know about it. GenG is heavily favored to win here. Also, the top lane matchup is a little bit more contested. Rascal and Doran are both amazingly good top laners. And so the matchup, in terms of player skill, it could go really either way who wins. Let's look at the team comp here for both sides, because I think the team comp kind of plays a little bit into it, but there are some other factors that we'll go into later in the video that helps Rascal create such a huge lead against Doran and is able to use that lead to kind of win team fights out. So I'm not really gonna analyze how he uses the lead to win team fights. We're gonna analyze how the lead even happened, the mistakes made by Doran, and how Rascal is able to capitalize completely. Okay, so looking at the team comps here, GenG is on the left side, the blue side. KT is on the red side, the one on the right. GenG picked Camille, Talia, Yone, Jin, and Set. Now, Camille and Talia and Yone are obviously a very strong top side of the map. What Talia can do, block off the enemy from retreating. Gnar can hop over the wall, so it's not the end of the world for Gnar. So Talia is not that huge. Like, if she walls it off, Gnar can still hop over the wall. But the combo that GenG is hoping to get is that Camille lands the hook shot and into the Talia E, or a W, I believe. The knockup of Talia. That's the combo that GenG is hoping to hit with this one, and if they hit them both, and Gnar is not in Mega Gnar form, and he's in Mini Gnar form, it's an easy kill. Yone can also, roam up to the top lane, gets knocked up, but we're not gonna really see it in this matchup here. Jin and Set is just a really stable bot lane. Set again can roam up. It's very nice roaming support. Jin is very stable down in that bot lane. Now we're looking at the KT side. We got Gnar, Nidalee, Orianna, Kai'Sa, and Alistar. Looks to me, in my opinion, looks to be a very poke comp based. Gnar has the boomerang. Obviously, Mini Gnar is range champion. Nidalee has her spears. Orianna has the ball. Kai'Sa, although she prefers to go in and engage, she can kind of she can give some poke with her W, with the Void Seeker missiles, with the Icathian Rain to some extent. Alistar provides really good peel for this team, so in case they get engaged on, Alistar can just press Q and knock everybody up. So KT is going for this really poke comp into GenG's kind of dive comp. Well, semi-dive comp, because Jin's not really a diver, but everybody else can dive. So in terms of the win conditions here for both teams, KT is obviously just looking to kind of just play out the early game kind of very safe. There are a lot of poke options. Even in the early game, their poke is very strong. So what they're looking for, both in the laning phase and in team fights, is just to play it safe, chunk them down, and then go in for the kill. GenG is looking to kind of dodge their poke and find opportunities to dive into KT's composition. So we're gonna see how Rascal manages to avoid Doran's poke and actually builds up a huge 2-kill lead. Okay, so our kind of, I guess, a good place to start our analysis would be here at about 4 minutes 40. Apologize if you do for the audio later. I'm not gonna really mute the audio. So you're gonna be hearing the casters Atlas and Wolf, sorry, casting throughout this thing. Just try to ignore it. I won't really talk over the gameplay. I will not be pausing it when I think there's something to be said. So currently, where we are in the matchup, things are going sort of what you expect. You see that Gnar has a CS lead over Camille. That's completely natural, because Gnar is for the most part ranged. He spends maybe about 75% of the time in mini Gnar form anyways, and he's a ranged champ at that point. So Camille is purely melee. I mean, you have the sweep, kind of the sweep kick, that I guess has some range to it, but then again, for all intents and purposes, Camille is a very melee champion. So Gnar will obviously have the advantage playing against Camille in the top lane. For the jungle, Nidalee is not farming as well. Normally Nidalee's will power farm a little bit more, and I think Nidalee's would beat out Taliyah in terms of farm, but it's nothing super insane. 2 CS down is nothing really insane. You know, Orianna into Yone, same situation. Orianna is range, Yone is melee, so Orianna will have an advantage. Jhin versus Kai'Sa matchup, again 2 CS down, it's not really much of a difference. Support also not really much of a difference. It's just I think Sett just got 2 more minions over Jhin, so it's nothing. They're both farming very well. Nothing insane or nothing, you know, spectacularly huge. So you could say Doran actually has probably a slight lead right now. He'll be up maybe about 100, 200 gold, I would say. And at the current state, if you can see on the minimap, Doran's Gnar is currently pushed up, is currently pushing into the tower, and Camille has just recalled. So this is an opportunity for Doran to get some tower damage, maybe even get a plate if Camille doesn't top or top. The wave is shoving down, Doran can easily shove it, maybe get a plate, not 100% sure on the health of the tower, but yeah. So the crucial moment is here. Watch what happens when BDD shoves out this wave against Orianna, because this is a pushing wave for BDD. Watch what he does with his time when the wave crashes.
Really does like to go to the defensive choices, but this time is rushing towards it instead of getting anything like Swifties or anything like that. Just wants to make sure that these trades can be as worthwhile as possible.
Alright, did you catch it? So what BDD decided to do was place a stealth ward near the Raptor camp. Now, I think this might be a mistake for Bonnie, not to clear it out, but then again, I'm not gonna fault Bonnie too much for this thing, because you know she Nidalee wants a power farm. You know, going back and taking sweeper or buying a control ward would really severely hinder her farm. So I don't really blame her, but this stealth ward placed in this position is actually hyper good, because like I said, Nidalee is such a power farmer, and knowing where Nidalee is when she pops up on your ward is insanely good. Again, putting stealth wards near Raptor camp is normally a really good place. Where BDD places it is somewhat deep. It's not super deep, but it's also not super shallow. It gets good view of the Raptor camps. It has view, I think, up to close to the bush, maybe not all the way up to the bush, but it has perfect view of the Raptor camp, which is what you want. Now Raptors spawn in 2 minutes, so stealth wards I think last, I would say maybe about this time, about 90 seconds to about 120 seconds, somewhere around that range. So what you see here, so I think the stealth ward might actually go away before Raptors. Actually, Raptors might spawn just as stealth ward goes away, or stealth ward might go away first. But now you can see if Bonnie is ever passing through Raptors. So this is a ward position that I highly suggest you guys all use. It helps you know where the jungler is. But this ward is going to be crucial into how Rascal is going to be able to get a 2-kill lead over Doran. Alright, so I'll move on to the next clip right now. Alright, so now right here, what's happened? BDD putting that stealth ward down actually reveals Bonnie over in the Raptor camp, right? Because we know she just cleared Raptors. Judging by her by pathing, going through the bush, BDD doesn't know if she went past the bush or whatever, but there's only one of 2 options realistically that Bonnie's gonna take. Bonnie is either going to move all the way down to the blue side of her jungle, or Bonnie is gonna back. Nidalee, you know, like I said, is a power farmer, so Nidalee realistically wants a power farm. Looking at now, if Rascal presses tab right here, he would see that Nidalee only has her Ember Knife and the refillable potion, so most likely he will deduce, if you deduce, that Nidalee's gonna back. So what can he do here? The wave is shoved. He sees Gnar going into the bush. I think this is a mistake on Doran's part. He's trying to do a very aggressive kind of almost like cheater recall, but I would say against a Camille, especially when you're Gnar, I would say play it safe, and I would rather you spend the little bit extra time to recall in a different bush, or to even just go back to your tower and recall. It slows you down a little bit, gives time for Rascal to clear the wave, but at least you'll be safe. Because what happens right now is Rascal knows that Gnar just went into the bush, and so he's just gonna make a preemptive guess as to where he is. And fortunately for Rascal, he guesses completely correct here, because I think Doran's greed. Doran before this in the interview said he was the new best top laner now that Nuguri moved to the LPL. So I think this was a little bit of overconfidence on Doran's part, which I think is a huge mistake. I think he should have gone back like 2 more bushes near his tower, or he could have used the alcove, or he could have used he could have just stayed near his tower and recall. This was very aggressive of Doran, and the issue is again, Rascal spots him on this, so he roughly knows where Doran is, and so he's gonna make this nice hook shot. He's gonna make this really nice hook shot over the wall and stun Doran before he was able to get his recall, and you're gonna see a kill.
As long as he is either up to the thought.
Oh dear, Doran might be in trouble. Rascal getting himself a decent shield.
And that is first blood, which means 400 gold goes to Rascal. That is huge for this Camille. Rascal, looking at the CS difference, 8 minions. Judging by how wave of 6 minions normally gives about 100 to 200 gold. I would say he's down maybe about, at this current stage, assuming they both kill the same minions, I would say he's down maybe about 200-ish gold. About 200 gold. So this 400 puts him ahead by 200 gold, which is huge for the Camille. It's not, getting 400 gold on the Camille. It's not what you want as Gnar, because Camille really wants to get to that 2-item power spike really, really quickly. I think maybe 3 items now with the addition of Mythics. But Camille normally stalls about 2 to 3 items. But, when she gets those 2 and 3 items, she's very, very deadly. And the only way you make her less threatening is when you scale past the Camille. So getting this kill is really huge. Now we're moving on a couple seconds in the future. Doran has just respawned. And look at the minimap. Look what he's doing right now. Doran, I think this is a huge, huge mistake. He shouldn't be doing this. The wave is pushing back towards him, but he just got killed by this Camille. As much as confidence as he has, he's killing himself, and as much he knows that Camille hasn't gone back to buy any items. I don't think this teleport should be this aggressive. Doran, would probably be better off teleporting near his tower and just walking up to the wave. Yes, you may lose a minion or 2, but again, it's a very safe play, and it will prevent you from getting ganked and killed again, like what's happening. The nice thing about that blue ward and why that deep ward was really important by BDD was that she spotted Nidalee as she cleared raptors. So we know that through Nidalee's pathing, that she must have started off on the blue side, and then she passed up to the red side, clearing out Krugs, then clearing out raptors. Raptors was the last part, because if the Krugs were the last part of her clear, she would be moving up through the red buff, not towards the bush, because there's no real reason for you to kind of like try to deceive your opponent by going a long way around. It's kind of it's a hindrance to Nidalee's farm, and it will just be a great moment for Talia, because Talia can get up and farm. Over in the lane is not what you want. So, by Bonnie going into that bush, we know that she will recall. And we know that her red side jungle is going to be completely clear. And there will be nothing spawning there for another about 2 minutes. So where's Bonnie going to go? Realistically, after she respawns, she's going to go to the blue side of her jungle because Nidalee wants to power farm. So, Klid and Rascal both know this fact, that Bonnie's going to the blue side of the jungle, which means they are safe to make this play. Talia is on the top side of the jungle. KT does not have the same vision that GenG has. GenG knows where the jungler is. KT doesn't. They don't have a deep... They have a deep ward in the bot side jungle. Actually no, that's actually GenG's ward, sorry. They don't have a ward in the enemy jungle. They don't know where this jungler is. Which gives a perfect opportunity for the gank. This is why Doran, I think, shouldn't have teleported up here. If he teleported a little bit more safe towards the tower, he wouldn't have been ganked this way. Because again, I don't think there's a ward towards the river. And even if there were a ward towards the river, Tully could just easily sweep it. Again, Tully doesn't have sweeper, but Doran does not know that. So she could have easily swept the river through the river and still ganked him anyways. So I think teleporting under tower in this situation would be much better. Because 1, you don't know where the jungler is. 2, you don't have a ward near the river, so you don't know when the gank is coming. And 3, it's probably just gonna get you. And again, it's just gonna get sweepered. And so what you're gonna see here is Talia is gonna walk up and just gank Doran the moment he teleports.
Like that. And he's gonna, of course, teleport back into lane, but he might actually teleport back to his death. He's slowed already.
Oh no, he does still have the flash available, but the Hextech ultimatum will keep him in place. And Doran not even going to have the opportunity to flash. So already...
This is huge for Camille. I think the game is probably already won at this point for GenG. You set the Gnar behind quite a lot. Gnar needs a good amount of farm to get somewhat powerful with both his kind of like Sterax or whatever he wants to build. And you just give the Camille 700 gold. You just gave the Camille 700 gold, which is enough to complete another item. This is huge. And I think this is, like I said, the largest mistake Doran has ever made. Again, firstly, in the wave, not respecting the Camille, not respecting her stun and her ability to kind of chase you down in the melee by recalling near the bush. And secondly, by teleporting too close to the Camille, coming back. Because why? Why is that teleport not good? 1, you don't have information on the enemy jungler. 2, the river's not warded. You have no idea if the gank's coming. And with this series of plays, GenG was able to just completely snowball this game and take the win over KT. So hopefully you learned something that might be applicable to your solo queue games or to any of your League of Legends games that you're gonna play. I thought this was just like an interesting moment to see how vision really helped set up this play, and how the lack of vision, just by having a lack of vision, you need to think about the game in a different way and to play about it in a different way, because having vision and not having vision can make or break games, you know. So GenG having vision, they are able to make this aggressive play. Because again, they know Nidalee is not going to be able to punish them. They can get a free kill on Gnar. Gnar not having this vision and being aggressive, leading to his death because he doesn't know where the jungler is. And that just results in, you know, him getting ganked and killed. So, lessons to take away. Deep warding. Always try to deep ward in your games as much as if you can. Be smart about deep warding. Don't deep ward hyper aggressively. Deep ward when you can, and deep ward normally with support, with some backup, just in case you get ganked. So, good places to deep ward. Red jungle Tribrush. Both red jungle Tribrushes are really good places to deep ward. Red jungle Raptors, near Raptors on both sides are really good places. For the blue jungle, you're gonna have to go a little bit deeper, but placing it near blue buff is good. If you can go even deeper and place it in between blue buff and Gromp, that's probably the best place you're ever gonna deep ward. So those are good deep ward spots, and that will help you track the enemy jungler, and just save you from ganks as well. in terms of your playstyle, again, if you know where the enemy jungler is, you know, you can go for the aggressive plays. If the enemy jungler, you see the enemy jungler other side of the map, or you see the enemy jungler just cleared her camps, and you press tab, and you realize that she hasn't bought any items, probably means jungler's gonna back. So you're free to kind of pull your play, do your play, or be more aggressive. If you don't have vision, play a little bit more safe, play a bit more reserved, so that you don't get ganked and killed. Because the early game can really snowball, especially in these kind of, if the enemy knows what they're doing, the early game, messing up the early game is really detrimental to your League of Legends games. So I hope this analysis was really useful to you guys. I'm hoping to pump out more of these analyses in the future. I'm trying to do maybe once a week-ish, maybe once in like a little bit more than a week, just because of my schedule and how it's clashing. You know, just because I need a little bit more time for my university stuff. So I'll just pump this out when I can, and I will probably the next video from me will be the patch 11.2 patch notes, because that patch is coming out next week. I will try to see if I can get another analysis to next week. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, hopefully this is useful to you guys, and I hope you guys, you know, I wish you guys the best of luck in your Summer Rift games. Take care, guys.